Hello, hello. Today we're going to do a single set. I have here, this is Midnight Kiss from 2023, so was when it was made. And if I'm remembering right, this was an anniversary collection, but it may not have been, I don't know. If it was an anniversary, it probably came out in June of 2024. That's Color Streets when they started, at least the Color Street portion. And I figured since I'm just doing single set, we would open this up together. And I've been cruising on the fall stuff, but I've been craving just something simple and pink and sparkly. And this set came to mind, so I'm just rolling with it, which is good. I kind of want to just get something slapped down today, kind of quick and easy. And then I will resume on the fall stuff after this. This is so pretty. I like glitter dips because they just feel so fancy easily, you know? Let's see. I will need both of these because these are gonna be shorter in length, so it looks like I'll have just these itty bitties. These would be pretty on toes or something later. So this is, yeah, this should be what I end up using. We'll see if that's how it works out, but yeah, creating something simple and pretty and sparkly. I was thinking about this. This would be a fun one. So the Wicked movie's coming out this month, the second part. And I'm sure if it's anything like when the first part came out, it's going to be trendy to do a Wicked Manny when you go see the movie. This one would be fun to represent like Glenda in her sparkly dress. Kind of thought of that too. Dang, if I was doing my toes right now, could just like, I like if you do them together. I don't do it really often on these YouTube videos, but I used to do them together and whatever I was doing on my Manny, I would just use the leftovers, and for the most part, that was enough to do my toes too. Because that's a perfect strip. You could get a toe or two just out of that little bit that's left. Oh no, did I? No, I think I'm okay. I was worried I was too heavy on the cleanup. Went too far, but I think we're okay. So we're through Halloween again already. Crazy how time flies. That's so just like simple and pretty neutral, honestly. Yeah, let me double check. I'm pretty sure these are shorter because anything with a glitter dip, they always do them. Oh, that looks like that almost would fit on the other side. I'm still gonna do another one because I think my pinky, I don't know. It's kind of a close fit anyway. I guess the one way to know would be to compare it if I had another set. I mean, I do have another set of hair we'll compare. Let me stick this on so I don't. Okay, I do this every time. I set up my, or at least the last couple of times, all my strips right in the middle, but I need to put them at the top so then I have not like sticking to my strips sitting there the whole time. The strip is honestly, this size is honestly a little on the wide side for my little pinky. And so I do have another one of these mats above that I like to just stick my leftover strips because if I have one that's short, and that may happen, I may decide to patch things. Okay, let's see if I've got let's see if I have an open something here. Or like out of that's not a good example. I found the Beautiful Nightmare. That's not a good test 'cause it's cut. Oh, here we go. I know this envelope. I have all my clan mans here. Has a full set in the package. So let's see, thumb strip. Oh, maybe this is the same set. Well, it's hard to tell. This is the second one down. That might be slightly shorter. Let's see, because, well, okay, if we line up the purple. No, that is, I like the purple though, because this one starts up. Why is that so hard to tell? I shouldn't have tried to do this because I don't know. Well, never mind. Pretend like we didn't do that. I think it is shorter. It's like it's subtle. They do that so if you have shorter nails, you do get some of the sparkle on there from the center. And since this is more of a square strip, I'm rounding it. My thought on this video, I was gonna see how fast it took me to do it, and I'm already got sidetracked and all the things. So we're already like 5 minutes in. I'm on the second nail. Anyway, our Halloween was fun. We just went around the neighborhood trick-or-treating. And usually we're in a pretty fun spot for trick-or-treating. I feel like this year was slower though. I don't know what it was. I don't know if I wonder if there was something like budget-wise where people were not kind of just like, we can't afford extra candy this year and had lights off and stuff. I don't know. It felt like a lot more houses were dark than usual. I could be remembering wrong though, or maybe it was just like the chance of things. It also was on a Friday this year, and so we've been in this neighborhood. This is our fourth year here. Yeah, fourth year. So I think it's been, well, we might have had one Saturday because I think Halloween was maybe on a Sunday the first year we were here, and so people would have went trick or treating on Saturday. That seems right because there was a leap year in there. I don't know. I could be wrong though. Oh, okay, see that one I cleaned up. Oh, that's not too bad. I did clean it up a little bit too much though, so that's why I like to keep these set to the side. 'Cause then you can easily just cut a little snippet off. Not that I don't think anyone's gonna notice, and honestly, this is pretty and pink and sparkly. Oh, I did a split there, but it's also pretty neutral, so it kind of blends in with my skin tone a little bit, just like pink. What did I do? If I get it all the way over. Yeah, we went around the neighborhood, and it was fun. And it's fine if people, because candy's expensive, it really is. So it's fine if people want to do that. The ones that I have, this is my own personal pet peeve, I guess. Turn off if you're gonna decorate for Halloween. Turn off your decorations on Halloween if you're not handing out candy. We've encountered that a bunch. Like, and understand the draw if you've gotten all this trouble to decorate for Halloween to have them on Halloween. That makes sense, right? But it's really there's a few houses that they go all out and then they like are gone and they don't leave out any candy or anything. And I just feel like it's a false beacon for the kids. Yeah, we had fun trick or treating. Um, yeah, the kids did good. My 8-year-old was a unicorn, and I loved her costume this year. She's been through a few versions of unicorn, a few different costumes, just depending. We kind of like upgrade from year to year, but this year she had one that had like a tutu skirt and then a horn with like a mane of tulle that would hang down her back of her head and it would light up. Had lights in it that you could turn on. And I actually really loved that because it was like a safety feature too. Helped her and all of us be more visible as we were going around. So that was fun. And then my son was a vampire. And funny story with him, so we just have some plastic buckets for trick or treating, and his cracked. And so luckily, I had taken some extra grocery sacks, which I do anyway, because if their buckets get full, that way you can empty them out partway through. I should have taken more though. I only took 3, one for each kid. Anyway, his bucket cracked. And so I was like, well, here, use a plastic bag. And then at one point, someone handed out like ginger beers in glass bottles, like legit stuff. I don't know if they were just, he was just like on the street. That sounds so sketchy, but I mean, it's a sealed product. Anyway, I wonder if he had come from a party or something. See, this one, I think I do want to do something on the sides because I know it's going to be too skinny for my nail. Well, let's just try. Let's look at it. Sometimes I can stretch it enough. No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do stuff on the sides. Anyway, he handed those out, and my son, I had given him back his bucket, and he had it inside of his bag, so even though it was cracked, it kinda held his bag open because he was complaining that with just a grocery sack, it wasn't as easy to, put candy in and stuff. And so then he put his ginger beer in there, and then, of course, right away, "Mom, it's too heavy." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, here, I'll take your bucket out with candy, and you can just do the plastic bag." And that didn't go all the way to my tip. Let's go, we'll steal this one. And I went to grab his bucket, and right when I grabbed his bucket, he let go of the bag too, and you just hear pop as the thing breaks. And so we have this bag with a little bit of candy and a whole lot of ginger beer in it. And luckily, I found a Ziploc bag in the stroller and put that whole bag, because the grocery sacks are not airtight. Put that whole, let's see, let's do this one. Put the whole thing inside of that to kind of contain it. That still leaked though in the bottom of the stroller. Like, luckily our stroller's pretty versatile. Like, you can just like hose it out. And honestly, we just kind of like wiped it up. It's got a fabric. Oh, I did the wrong. I did to cut the other side. I got confused. Anyway, we just kind of like wiped it out with the towel at home and it was fine. But it was quite the experience. My little guy like wailing in the street on the sidewalk. But we had fun. And then my toddler, he's gonna be 2 in a little bit, but he was the cutest little panda bear ever. Such a cute costume. And he was into the trick or treating, and my husband piggybacked him a lot. So I kind of mostly just pushed the stroller just in case, and he didn't really ride it. He sat in it like once just to have a place to set him down at one point, but he walked a lot of it and he got carried a lot of it, and he was right up there putting candy in his bucket. And I was impressed that I know little kids before they, kind of realize or, can be talked to a lot. They're kind of like, well, I have candy. I want to eat it right now. That just ripped on me. But he didn't. He just gathered his candy and was into it, was right up there trick or treating. He did really good. It was a fun night. It's always fun to see all our neighbors and whatnot. And then I just set out. So my sister and I, since the kids have been back in school, we have a list of like projects that we want to accomplish while we have less kids underfoot. And so we took all of my family's pictures. This was the first project we made it through and scanned them all. Let's see. I think these are the bigger ones. Got them all scanned and digitized, and that took us a good chunk of time. And then our next project we went through, we have our Beanie Babies. We collected those when we were kids we were maybe around, I don't know, 9, 10. I mean, I was. And so she would have been like 7, 8 when Beanie Babies went big. And so we had together 3 totes and some teeny beanies too from Happy Meals that I think those were more that my mom had collected. Anyway, we're kind of like, we gotta decide what we're doing with these. And they're really not worth anything. As we sorted through, I kept looking up, like, are we sure? Are we sure Princess Diana's not worth anything? Because it was like a big deal, that pair, when they came out. I don't know if I'm gonna do the patching on the side. I think what happens, these have definitely gotta be shorter. So my little, like, scraps are not quite long enough for my nail. I don't know. Let's try it without, see what happens. I may regret it. Anyway, but I'd look up different ones as we'd go, and it was kind of validating, be like, okay, so this one, you go to sold on eBay. Don't look at what people are listing them for, because people will list them for all kinds of crazy, what they expected them to be worth back when the craze hit. you gotta look at what they've sold for, and a lot of them were like, "Okay, this is $10 and free shipping." Those were, like, the most of them were worth. Yeah, that stretched okay. Cool, I feel good about that. Um, and a lot of it, it's like, that's not worth my time. Like, I mean, you're not really making anything, so what we did, we picked a few that were sentimental, because they are very sentimental, just like good memories and good feelings. Oh, I already took the plastic off that one. We kept a handful of those, and then we split the rest of them. We, like, took turns picking, and now I have 1 storage tote of good condition Beanie Babies and Beanie Buddies that I'm gonna let my kids pick from to use for birthday gifts for friends, so and then all the teeny beanies, we split them, and so I put out this, a bowl of those, and then I had a bowl of candy, and I put out a sign that said, "Choose candy or 1 stuffed animal." And when we got back, I don't really know what happened while we're gone, but when we got back, the stuffed animal bowl was empty. There was actually 2. There was, like, a bowl, and then I had another basket full of them. Was empty, and the candy bowl was basically empty. There was, like, 5 pieces left. And you never know if it was one person who came and just took them all or what, but I think people are usually pretty on the up and up. I mean, you don't know, so but they're all gone, and hopefully whoever they made it to, it'll make them happy, and they'll have fun playing with it. And the Teeny Beanies, same thing, maybe selling for, like, a dollar or a few dollars, like, not worth it. So so that's a project, like, I've had those sitting in my storage room since my parents gave them back to us for a few years now, and so it's nice to we kinda built it up to be, like, this big thing, and we just took care of it in a couple of hours, split them all up, and it's so pretty, just simple. Okay, last one. We're already at 17 minutes. I'm not the fastest. People will advertise these as, like, a 10-minute manicure, though, and probably if these fit your nails perfectly and you just slapped them on. It's because 'cause I'm doing stuff to make them fit my specific nails better. Whoops. That, and they're probably counting the time of, just applying it, not necessarily, like, setup and stuff. And I'm probably just slow. A little perfectionist, I don't know. I'm excited for these have gotta be shorter. Excited for the fall, Thanksgiving-ish manis, and I just have some that are, like, in general, more in fall tones, fun things. I feel like leading up to Halloween, I felt like I had to do Halloween. I guess part of it, I wanted to use the sets because a lot of them 'em I'm not going to wear outside of Halloween, so I'm like, "Hey, now's the time to wear them." So it's always nice when you have a little bit of a time where you can kinda just wear the things you want to wear. Not that you can't do that anytime, but you know what I mean. And then it'll be time for Christmas manis. And I've picked a few of those, but Christmas is always fun. Ooh, I ripped that a little abruptly. Luckily, it didn't rip deeper than I wanted it to. Goodness. Was definitely a debate a little bit on the Beanie Babies. Like, I think most moms, like, if my kid got one of those for birthday and you give it with something else. So can you do like one other toy with it or like a king size candy bar or something? Any kid would enjoy that. And they're not like used. I mean, we kept them as collectibles. So we treated them very well. Any of them that were like clearly played with, I just gave them to my kids. Okay. Simple, pink, sparkly. I am excited to wear these. I think these are gonna catch my eye and be distracting, which is always the best kinda nanny. And then we'll get back to some fallish things. And I will finish these for sure with a gel top coat, maybe but I like to let them cure a little bit. Feel like you have less chance of it reacting weirdly. I know a lot of people do it right after, but so yeah, for sure at least a gel top coat, probably some kind of subtle glitter topper too, and then the gel top coat. But thanks for tuning in, guys, and I hope you all have a great week, and I'll catch you out on the next one. See you guys.